Welcome to BorderDrip USA, your trusted source for U.S. immigration news, policy updates, and visa insights. Hello, and welcome to the latest report on U.S. immigration. A major change has been announced by the Department of Homeland Security under President Donald Trump's administration. This policy reversal is expected to significantly impact nearly 1 million migrants currently residing in the country under temporary legal protection. Mounting concerns. The announcement has sparked a wave of debate nationwide, especially among immigrant families, human rights advocates, and immigration attorneys who believe this decision could lead to large-scale deportations and legal uncertainty. Revoking legal status. The policy change. The Department of Homeland Security has declared the termination of legal protections for approximately 985,000 individuals who entered the U.S. through a Biden-era immigration initiative. These individuals had been granted parole, a temporary status allowing them to live and work legally in the U.S. while pursuing asylum or legal residency. A justification by officials. According to DHS, this move is aimed at enhancing national security and securing the southern border. Officials state that federal law permits the department to revoke parole at any time, and they are now exercising that authority. CBP One app background. How CBP One worked. Introduced in January 2023, the CBP One app allowed migrants to legally schedule appointments at official U.S. ports of entry along the southern border. It was created to reduce illegal crossings by offering a digital, organized way to seek asylum or enter legally. Parole and permissions granted. Migrants who used the app and entered successfully were granted temporary parole for up to 2 years, which included work authorization and the right to remain in the U.S. while pursuing immigration claims. DHS announcement. April 8, 2025. End of the program. On April 8, 2025, DHS confirmed the end of the CBP One parole program. This abrupt move effectively nullifies the legal status of hundreds of thousands of migrants who had been processed through this system. Official statements. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem emphasized that the decision reflects the administration's promise to tighten immigration controls. Formal notices have been sent to affected individuals instructing them to leave the country immediately. App rebranded to CBP Home. New name, new function. In a related update, the CBP One app has now been rebranded as CBP Home. Its previous functions for legal entry scheduling have been removed and replaced with a new feature, facilitating self-deportation. Voluntary departure option. The app now allows users to initiate the process of leaving the U.S. voluntarily. This digital option is being promoted as an efficient way for affected migrants to comply with the latest directive without facing arrest or forced deportation. Impact on families and communities. Sudden disruption. For many families, this decision has come as a shock. Individuals who had begun building lives in the U.S., working, attending school, and contributing to their communities, now face a sudden and uncertain future. Warnings from advocates. Advocacy groups warn that this policy shift could cause widespread chaos and legal confusion. Many of those affected have no backup legal status and could be vulnerable to expedited removal procedures without access to a hearing. Legal repercussions. No legal shield. According to immigration lawyer Nicolette Glazer, most of the individuals who entered through CBP One have no other legal protections. Revoking their parole effectively removes their legal right to stay and leaves them exposed to immediate removal. Use of expedited removal. This process allows authorities to deport individuals without a court hearing if they lack documentation or legal grounds to remain. Legal experts argue that such procedures raise concerns about fairness and due process. Original purpose of CBP One. Intent behind the program. The CBP One system was a cornerstone of President Biden's attempt to bring order to the asylum process. It aimed to reduce illegal crossings by providing migrants a structured, legal channel to request entry. Eligible migrants. Migrants from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela with U.S.-based sponsors were allowed entry under this program. Once inside the country, they received temporary work permits and notices to appear in immigration court. Shift under Trump administration. Executive order signed. On his first day back in office, President Trump signed an executive order halting all appointments made through CBP One. This action effectively froze the program and set the stage for its complete cancellation. A redefined purpose of the app. The now renamed CBP Home app has one role: to assist with voluntary self-deportation. It no longer provides a pathway for legal entry, case tracking, or parole updates. Reactions from legal and advocacy groups. Breach of trust. Karen Tumlin, director of the Justice Action Center, criticized the administration for reversing commitments made to migrants who followed legal procedures. She stated that families are being torn apart as a result. A loss of confidence. Many advocates argue that this reversal will undermine faith in future immigration programs. When individuals who followed legal guidance are penalized, it sends a discouraging message to those considering lawful entry. Broader implications. Systemic impact. By targeting individuals who followed legal channels, the administration risks discrediting structured immigration initiatives. This could have long-term consequences on compliance and border management. Security versus stability. While the government argues the move is necessary for national security, others worry it could destabilize communities and add pressure to the legal system as more migrants are pushed into undocumented status. Prior actions by DHS. A previous parole terminations. This is not the first rollback. In March 2025, DHS announced that it would end parole for over 530,000 individuals from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela who had entered under sponsorship programs during the Biden administration. Consistency in strategy. These actions are part of a broader policy direction to reverse many of the immigration frameworks established under the previous administration and increase deportation efforts. Groups exempt from revocation. Who's not affected? Some categories of migrants remain unaffected. Those admitted through humanitarian programs such as Uniting for Ukraine or Operation Allies Welcome for Afghans fleeing conflict will retain their current legal status. Next steps for migrants. What migrants can do now. Legal experts recommend that affected individuals consult attorneys immediately to explore any available options. Those with pending asylum applications or additional protections may still have a path forward. Consequences of noncompliance. Migrants who fail to leave or find alternative legal standing may face long-term bans on re-entering the U.S. and could be removed without a hearing. Humanitarian impact. Returning to crisis zones. Many individuals now face the prospect of returning to countries plagued by violence, political instability, or economic collapse, the very conditions they sought to escape. Concerns from aid organizations. Humanitarian groups caution that mass deportations could worsen regional crises, placing pressure on already struggling communities in Latin America and beyond. Conclusion. Uncertain future ahead. As DHS continues to implement this policy, many questions remain about the broader consequences for families, legal systems, and the country's reputation as a refuge for those in need. Stay updated. We'll keep covering this evolving situation. Be sure to subscribe to our channel for continued coverage on U.S. immigration news, including updates on visas, green cards, and legal pathways to migration. If you like this video, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon for future updates. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.